So I wasn't able to do it the other side because my Allen key wasn't long enough, but I have managed to do it this side. I've kind of snapped those first two open. I've got both my thumbs on it and just levered it from the end, and then it kind of, yeah, snaps open. A good snap. Exciting. Okay, it's heavy on that side, and here I have 4 more connections that I just need to pull out whilst holding this relatively quite heavy boiler. Already I can see quite a lot of scaling. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Comes off. Off. These all just pull off. This is the dispersion plate that I think is aluminium. This is the shower screen. As you can see, looks super clean one side, but the other side looks like it hasn't been cleaned in 18 years. And this is the grouphead gasket, which is rubber, but it was rock solid. And then this is the boiler, and it looks like, I think with a clean, this will come up quite nicely. Hello. Try and get a bit more leverage now than when it was inside. Still might need that leverage though from something else. These feel pretty tight. There's the corrosion all around here, isn't there? I need like 2 hands on it. Please don't do what I'm about to do next. If you want to learn how to properly take out the boiler of a Gaggia Classic, then please check my previous video, which is episode 2. I thought that I would include this next footage because I thought that it would be a little bit of a laugh, and I can now look back at these memories without crying, knowing that it all worked out in the end. Enjoy. First, I thought it would be a good idea to have a go and see if I could just get it off with my Allen key outside of the case, but it wasn't budging at all. I couldn't get the leverage behind it, and I'm not sure if I even would have been able to in the case with a T-handle Allen key because of the corrosion. But one thing I know for sure is that it would have been a hell of a lot easier. And I actually didn't start making any progress on this until I put it back in the case. I'm already making a great point here of difficulty getting leverage. I think I was excited and not thinking straight. As you can see, this was most likely where the majority of the rounding happened. I did manage to get quite a bit of pressure doing this, but it wasn't enough. And at this angle, quite easy for the Allen key to twist and round the edges of the bolt, which is basically what happened. My next idea, based off some advice from the Facebook page, was to spray with penetration oil and then put it in the oven for 15 minutes, I think, on like 100 degrees Celsius. Mine's a fan oven. And then immediately try to open it. This, of course, didn't work either. It was also quite hard to hold. I had to hold it with oven gloves. And I also tried putting this on the floor and doing the same as I did upstairs in my bedroom, to no avail. Next, I tried putting it in citric acid solution and pouring it inside the boiler as well, in a hope to kind of break it down from the inside and the outside, the corrosion that is. And this is also what I used to clean most of the components, but this still didn't work. As a last resort, I knew I could always try drilling, but it wasn't something I wanted to do, as I knew it had a potential to damage components. To get the leverage though, I knew I would have to put it back in the case, and before I did it, I bought myself a T-handle Allen key, and that's when I realised, oh dear, I could have done this from the start. No, that is not going. I'll try a different one though. Obviously some of them are more rounded than others. I'm getting quite a lot of pressure on my wrists now. I mean, I'm already getting twisting of the Allen key in there. Now, I'm just gonna go at it. I've tried everything else. I'm just gonna go at these screws and hopefully not damage anything. In there, bit of penetration oil, just a tiny bit. Just to try and... Okay. Alright. That bolts out. There you go. That's what that looks like. So after going at the screws, as I said earlier, I ended up rounding off the bolts more and needed to buy a more industrial type extraction kit with larger sizes. That's what I have here. There is a 1/4 inch adapter here. I can get this out. Bit wobbly in there, but that is a 1/4 inch adapter and it will go into my hex extension, which is great. I then have a range of different sizes, starting from this very small up to this big chunky one. Then with that, pliers and wiggling over and over again, I did eventually remove all of the bolts, even though I was losing hope. I was just having a little bit of a mess around, spraying with this, wiggling the boiler from side to side while spraying, and then also using this. And then I started spraying and wiggling with this, and it started turning. I'm getting close, I think, because these bolts aren't that big. Right, I think this is the end straight. Come on, yes! It's off! Finally! After weeks, after a month of trying, it's finally off. It doesn't actually look that bad. Maybe all that penetrating oil's just broken it down. Oh. Now, I don't know what those threads are going to be like now in there, but what I do know is this is off. And it doesn't look that bad. It really doesn't look that bad in there. Actually, I'm surprised. I think maybe I washed out quite a bit. Maybe other people will tell me that it is bad, but let's try and get this screw out.